You think you still have time, until one day, you look back and realize how fast life actually moved. Most men don't understand this when they're young. They stay busy chasing success, busy trying to become someone, busy carrying pressure they never talk about. And for years, they believe that's what life is supposed to be. But after 65, something begins to change. The noise becomes quieter, the pressure slowly fades, and the things that once felt important suddenly don't feel important anymore. Because age brings something powerful: perspective. One older man once said, "When you reach this stage of life, you realize life was never really about winning. It was about understanding." And honestly, that realization changes everything. The first truth many men discover too late is that peace becomes more valuable than success. When men are younger, they think success is the answer. More money, more achievements, more recognition. They spend years pushing themselves harder, thinking happiness is waiting somewhere ahead. But later in life, many realize they were sacrificing peace just to impress people who were never truly paying attention. One retired man said something simple but unforgettable. "I miss some people from my career, but I don't miss the pressure." And maybe that's the truth most men never hear enough. A peaceful morning, a quiet mind, a stress-free life can feel richer than success itself. The second truth is that time quietly becomes the most valuable thing in life. When we are young, we live as if time is endless. We think there will always be another chance, another year, another tomorrow. But aging changes that illusion. The years begin moving faster. One grandfather looked at an old photo of himself holding his newborn son. He stared at it silently, then whispered, "It feels like this was yesterday." That's the painful part about life. You don't notice time passing until suddenly, most of it already has. And after a certain age, many men stop wasting time on meaningless things because they finally understand time is life. The third truth is that relationships matter far more than possessions. For most of their lives, men work hard to build security, a house, money, savings, stability. But later, many realize the things they owned never gave them real happiness. What truly mattered were the people beside them, the laughter at dinner, the late-night conversations, the small moments that once seemed ordinary, but later became unforgettable memories. One older man once said, "The best moments of my life were never the things I bought." And deep down, most people already know that's true. The fourth truth is that most arguments were never worth the energy. When people are younger, they want to be right all the time. They defend their pride. They fight over small things. They carry anger for years, but age changes that too. One man laughed while remembering an old argument from decades ago. "I don't even remember what we were fighting about, but I remember how stressed it made me feel." That hits deeply, because later in life, many men realize peace is more important than ego. The fifth truth is that health quietly becomes life's greatest blessing. When people are young, they rarely think about their body. Energy feels endless, strength feels normal, but slowly, the body changes, the energy drops, the aches appear. Doctor visits become more common, and suddenly, feeling healthy feels like a gift. One older man said, "At this age, if you wake up healthy, from that alone is enough to be grateful for." And honestly, that perspective changes everything. The sixth truth is that happiness is usually much simpler than we imagined. Most people spend their younger years chasing big moments, but later in life, happiness becomes quieter. A peaceful walk, a calm evening, a warm cup of coffee, a conversation with someone you love. One retired man was once asked, "Don't you get bored sitting outside every evening?" He smiled softly and replied, "No. I finally have time to notice things. And maybe that's what life was always about. Not rushing through every moment, but actually feeling it while it's here." And the final truth, the one many men realize too late, is that life moves far faster than anyone expects. You blink, and your children are grown. You blink, and your working years are over. You blink, and you start wondering where all that time went. That realization is not meant to make you sad. It's meant to wake you up, to remind you that life should never be lived on autopilot, because in the end, a meaningful life is not measured by how much you achieved. It's measured by how peacefully you lived, how deeply you loved, and how fully you appreciated the time you were given. And maybe that is the greatest wisdom age can teach.